why they were objecting to it, or and they ended up sleeping overnight at the courthouse. And then after the police decided that was enough of the protest and they were done with it, they were pushed out. They weren't allowed to say any more at the courthouse. Oh no, I'm sorry. So they were allowed inside to speak inside, and then they decided that they were going to end that period of time and that they all had to leave. So they pushed them through this small corridor and down the stairwell. They were literally pushed about 20 to 25 people down the stairwell.
The police did?
The police did this, yeah. And so they're falling down, and one person, I guess, was falling backwards, and they grabbed a police officer, and because they were falling backwards in a stairwell, and now that person is charged with assaulting a police officer. And then they started with the pepper spray. I guess they apparently were down like this next story on the bottom, and then one person was left behind. They're trying to pull the person through. They're like, don't leave me, don't leave me. And all of a sudden the police start pepper spraying some of the individuals, trying to help that individual, and they're just having a peaceful protest. I mean, it's ridiculous what's going on. Those people I saw last night and this morning, and they said one of the women, Danielle, bless you, she said, still when I think about it, I cry. The tears that run down are still burning from the pepper spray of, I think this was Wednesday night, or, or Friday, yeah. But it's terrible. And everywhere we go, unfortunately, people hear, that we're coming through, or that Yana is coming through, and they're like, oh, we'll stop by here, we're having, memorial service, or so-and-so with Black Lives Matter, but it's like, and that's a positive thing, but of course, coming from an unfortunate incident, it's just, it's great to connect with these people, but we shouldn't have to be under these circumstances. And yet, in San Diego, in Portland, and, in every city, it's happening. So when we watch the news, they're saying, oh, that's Charlotte, or that's Philadelphia. It's like, that's where we're coming from. This is America. That's what's happening in America, and it's time to get real about that and not be scared of it. We need to confront it, and being scared of it also means, talk about politics, don't be scared in voting for one of these two very scary people.
And don't be in denial that it's not happening, because it's happening.
It's like, if your mom was Hillary, you got to own that shit. You got to be like, you know what, Mom? You crazy, and I don't need you in my life anymore. My mom, I love my mom. I'm sure everybody here has, love for their mom. But I'm just saying, if someone even that you think is that close to you, she does not care about you. She really doesn't care about you. That was in the emails too, that she doesn't really like the American people. Exactly. She literally said, yes. I don't like it, but then she brings on everybody, and she loves everybody. She's like, I love the gay people. She brings the gay people up, and she's like, hey, they're on stage. And then she brings up the poor Black Lives Matter moms, and brings them up, and of course, it's like, and they're crying, and I'm crying, but I'm like, you're on the wrong stage. Like,
but they're on that stage because Black Lives Matter leaders were given hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, sure.
Yes. They're on the line item. Black Lives Matter is a line item that came out in another WikiLeaks as far as who was on the Clintons' payroll.
But maybe maybe they're just taking the money and using it in a positive way now.
Yeah, maybe that's
it. She didn't sound very convinced, did you?
No.
It's just I'm a little impacted still by the conversation that I had while we were in the car. I'm completely baffled. I just don't understand how people can just not care that we're dropping bombs on just regular civilian people all over the world.
Hell yes.
I just don't understand how it's possible that people just don't give a fuck about that.
And that's okay. We can drop bombs on strangers.
I mean, my friend was like,
because we don't know them.
Years, and she was like, I'm tired of hearing about Syria. I'm tired of hearing about Libya. What about our kids? We have hungry kids right here.
Yeah.
They would be even hungrier when people that we drop bombs on start dropping bombs back over here. If you care about them, then you still also, even if you only care about our local communities. Are you hungry, real hungry?